Hey guys, Paul from Ashley Phoenix. This is New Comic Book Day for the week of March 16th. We're ready to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing. We do a thing. So you should check that out.
Hey guys, Tim from Team Ashen and Paul and Tim Do a Thing and Capes and Scowls and the comic book store. I'm going to talk about some trades now, starting with A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, which I surely have right now. It is an awesome book from Image. We reviewed the issue number 1. I ordered this because I was so intrigued to see how it turns out. We got The Death of Doctor Strange. This is the regular one. There's also a companion book that I think I get to in a moment. But if you're reading the new Strange series, this is what you would read prior. Reign of X, Volume 10. I hate these books. I'm not even going to go into it. Out. This is a Nazi Germany kind of story. It looks creepy as hell. And I do enjoy a lot of the AWA stuff. We got Batman's Grave. Man, this thing took forever to come out. Remember, Paul? It took forever. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness, forever. It's probably good, but, man, it took forever. We got Constantine Hellblazer, Volume 26. Holy hell. Is this the end of it? I'm not sure. That could potentially be the last volume of the original Hellraiser. Batman, Fear State. This is that really cool, creepy Scarecrow story. Batman Arkham, Penguin. These are all about the Penguin. We got Sam and his talking gun. Do you ever talk to guns?
I don't.
How many guns do you own, Paul?
One personally, 17 in the house.
Women of Marvel. I don't know what I was hoping to achieve there, but we got it. He hunts a lot. I get it. Women of Marvel. This is a bunch of those one-shots that came out recently. Some of them were pretty cool. We got Bunny Mask. This book is awesome. Another creepy book. Aftershock. Second Chances. I also think this one is awesome. Everything I loved came out in trade this week. I was waiting for this one to come out in trade. We got A Man Among Ye, Volume 2. I heard this was super solid still. We've got Avatar, The Last Airbender, North and South, being collected in this big omnibus for the first time. We have Hawkeye, Team Spirit, in these smaller volumes, which people seem to dig, so that's fun. We got The All-Nighter. I don't know a lot about it, but it's Chip Zdarsky, so it's probably amazing. We got Out of Body. This is Peter Milligan working over at Aftershock. Man, I like all these well-known people heading over to other companies and giving it a spin. Here's your Death of Doctor Strange companion. This is the Bloodstone issue, the X-Men, Black Knight, White Fox, all of those in one. We got Radiant Black, Volume 2. Oh, you love Radiant Black, don't you?
Yeah, it was really good.
There you go.
All right, guys, short week, but some really good gems in here. First up, we have Batman the Night, issue number 3. This has been awesome. It is a Batman first year type thing. It's basically Bruce Wayne becoming Batman and learning all of the things that makes the greatest detective the greatest detective. And they are on the trail of a serial killer, and you find a lot of what is going on in Bruce's head, and it's just such a really well drawn story. You start you've gotten parts of his cerebral nature, parts of the being the quiet cat burglar-esque side of him, so he can disappear and reappear wherever he needs to. And now you're starting to learn about the detective, and the art is fantastic. The writing has been solid all the way through, and definitely pick this up.
I'm going to start with this one, and it was really good. It is The Clay People, Colossus. This is a very interesting book. It's by Matt Hawkins, who did Think Tank, and he's a big wig over at Top Cow. Guy's great. If you ever get to talk to him, he's really good to pick his brain. But this is the story. This has a lot to do with the Holocaust and Jewish heritage, and a boy of mixed race. I think he was Chinese and Jewish. And him moving to a town, he moves around a lot, I think because he has a military, his mother's in the military, so they move a bunch. And he is like the only, there's like 3 other ethnicities other than white. So it does deal a lot with racism, but it also deals with mysticism and strange things that the Nazis were developing, and how a very old Jewish man came in contact with this journal that pretty much tells him how to make this big, dumb clay colossus thing to get revenge. Or so he hopes. This is a one-shot. It is awesome. They keep referring to music. I think it's actually by a band called the Clay People. I didn't know that until I got to the end, so I'll probably check out the Clay People to see what that's about. But I like that there's all this tie-in stuff, and I just thought the book was awesome. I'm trying to be as vague as possible, not to give it away. I think you should read it. It was really good. So check it out. It was good. Clay People.
And my pick of the week, it is Slumber, issue number 1. This is really weird. The art it feels like a mix of Rick and Morty and Doonesbury. There's a pull. Basically, the story is about the main character being a dream eater, a person who professionally goes and kills your nightmares while still looking for a nightmare that haunts her. Also, there is another character in here that is an evil demon that is taking over bodies and using them to murder people. And the two paths will eventually cross, and it's just really well done. It's weird. Like, it's a weird book, but it's weird in a really good way. It's very well written. You're never really lost about what is going on. And yeah, I want more. This is good. It's violent. Holy hell, it's violent. So, kind of shy away if you're not a violent person, but if you don't mind some weird, sometimes cartoonish violence, this is an amazing book. Think I Hate Fairyland as far as like that weird level of violence. That's kind of where this book is, so definitely check it out.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Paul, do you know what my pick of the week is?
Not cool.
It is Reckoning War, Trial of the Watcher.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
really. This is going to continue into Fantastic Four, by the way, if I forget to tell you. I think issue 42. I loved Original Sin, that story where the Watcher kind of had a lot of issues, kind of died, and then Nick Fury kind of became his replacement in a weird way. That story is really good. I didn't even know the Watcher was back, so I said, of course I got to pick this up. What's up with this Watcher guy? Basically, his people are pissed at him, even though he's warning them about a potential threat that will murder them all. And they're like, don't care, you're on trial, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And they Clockwork Orange his eyes open. And they're just like, why don't you... And it's really cool. They talk about what ifs, and there's like all the what ifs from like the 80s and 90s are there in a room. They're like, you always went to these places to say, hey, what happened if this happened? What if this? He goes, why don't I show you the one thing you would never look at? What if you never interfered when Galactus first showed up with the Fantastic Four? What would have happened? And that is your whole story. The art is stellar. The art changes color palettes quite often, and it feels like I'm looking at a 60s comic. Maybe not so much the art per se, but just the style changes appropriately. It's really good. So it's Dan Slott and Javier Rodriguez. I thought this book was fantastic, and if you are remotely interested in the FF, and this seems like this could potentially be something bigger going forward, I say check it out, because I had a lot of fun reading it, not really knowing why. I still don't know why the hell the Watcher's alive. Why is he alive? I don't know. But he sure is, and they sure did Clockwork Orange's eyes open. So, check it out. All right, that is it. Thank you for checking everything out. I appreciate every single one of you. Not you, you. Yes. And Paul's
Doesn't
on...
that go against everything you just said? You said
Shut up,
appreciate
Paul!
everybody else except for that one guy. I'm like, no, we appreciate everybody.
I was getting more specific and less specific, and it all makes sense in my head.
Okay.
That guy, right? The hell with him, right? That guy? I hear you. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for checking it out. Paul's on Twitch, Team Ashen, and I am on the old podcasty world with Capes and Scowls, and yeah, that's it. That's it, Paul. Nothing you got to plug anything, Paul?
No. Paul and Tim do a thing.
Paul and Tim do a thing if you want more of us together. Me being extra mean to Paul. That's why most people tune in. They're like, Paul is really annoying. Tim will give him what's what, and then I give him what's what. What's for? It's great. Bye, Mom.